Okay, so I was out and my power pole stopped working, so I had to test it. Touched base with power pole, and they basically said to test the pump and the circuit board. So I pulled the circuit board from the good pump right here, and I replaced it in the bad pump. And when the pole went down, so now I have to replace the circuit board. In addition to that, the little clip knob that holds the circuit board cap down, it broke when I was testing it. And actually that is just the wiring harness here. So what I've got to do is I got to clip some of my wire, my zip ties to get to the right wires, and then I got to pull the corresponding wiring harness, put a new wiring harness. I ended up getting shrink wrapped, or excuse me, heat shrink battery terminal connectors, so fun's gonna start. Okay, so right now I'm gonna take one of these heat shrink battery terminal pieces here. I'm gonna place that on the end. Make sure it's in there good. And I cannot find my electrical cutters, but this should work. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I just pulled the membrane off the power pump housing. And from there, instructions basically say to go under here, lift that up, which is a piece of cake. That is the bad one. That's gonna have to go back to power pole. Put that over here for a moment. Okay, this is gonna go back in here. Just gonna take that, put that right there. Now I've got to detach that right there. Okay, simple as that. Now do the opposite. I will put the new harness in. Stuff is all kind of. Okay, so now this is that tip that broke off. So that, to make sure it goes under there correctly. Okay, so I put the harness back in place, put a circuit board down just to test. Now attaching some wiring just long enough to determine if we got us a working unit. Alright, we got us That's a glowing dot. Power pole moves. All right, and I'm gonna kill the power again, start tightening everything down. Actually, I might put in a circuit breaker between the two pumps and the battery. That was one thing that the guy from Power Pole said. He said to tie it into either the circuit breakers or come in here and remove the fuse each time you go to charge the battery, because that's, I think, causing overload that made the circuit board go bad. Now, the way I purchased this boat, everything was already connected like that, so this would be a project where I would be updating the system with the power poles that were already in here. So that's one thing that I might do. If I do it, that's a little extra bit of the project, but overall, at least I know now the new pump work, or the pump works with the new circuit board. Another note on these silicone membranes, you really have to get them down, because that lip, you might think that it's down, but it's not. You got to make sure that you keep the moisture out of there by doing that. So that's just one extra thing you got to make sure you go through, like a Ziploc bag, and get it squared away before it's ready for the actual cap. You may not know, if you're having trouble with your power pole lid shutting, because I struggled like a mofo getting that thing to go down the very first time I unclipped this, and or at least this second unit, when I was trying to test this unit, when I tried to clip this one back, I couldn't get it down. It took me forever. I talked to the guy at Power Pole. He mentions, because of this knob, you go under there and push up on the wiring as you're pushing down on the lid, this will clip easier, because what happens is when you're pushing down here, you're actually pushing down on the circuit board, which is then pushing this thing down, giving you your trouble. So the last time I just did it, I made sure that I pushed up, clicked in a snap, no big deal. Everything's been reattached. Right now I'm not gonna do the circuit breaker. I'm just gonna save that for a different day, at least for now. I've got everything tucked away tidy. Everything's looking good. So we'll test our poles real fast. 1 and 2. Both went down.